This is the Ponderous Brick Thinker with a castle update. And the update is, I'm going to start putting in the brown bricks all along this area to be the foundation for the castle that's coming forth. Well, this section did not cause too many problems. In fact, none. Everything went according to plan. So the rock faces go in like this. And just to reiterate, I think in the previous 2 episodes I have done this where the horizontal studs go into these holes back here. So if you look at this, the studs line up. But if I go like this and want the studs to go into these holes, it's going to be off the grid. To get it back on the grid, I had one of those 1x2 with a single stud in the center plates to shift the horizontal studs just enough so that this can go back on the grid. And then I had to put these back on the top of these bricks with the horizontal studs in order for it to be reconnected to the rest of the bricks. So that's why there is a plate. In fact, the plates right here are there and then here. So it's just to make this convenient so that this is back on the grid and I don't have to worry about the brown bricks having to go all the way down. But now I just need to push it in. Everything looks flush. And then by actually moving it around, I'll know for sure it's good. So it's good. There are small pieces of rock, so I wasn't expecting too much of a hassle with that. The other pieces are much bigger. They needed something more secure, but also those were too big for me to think of a way to permanently attach it to the base. So that's why this is light enough where I think this will work. And now the next part will be this corner. Plan is to kind of just put enough brown bricks to suggest that there is a foundation behind the rock here. And so right now it's just going to be lining this area right here. As for here, that's still open. I am considering to have a unique look right here for the basement, which means it doesn't require the brown bricks to be the buffer between the finished wall and the rock. Right now, I'm going to leave it open, but resume the brown bricks up here, but I'll return after I finalize this area right here. I completed this part. Nothing to report. Pretty straightforward. I did want to pause here to show how this rock face is connected because I did not do that in a previous video. So this is the part that is taken away, and this is the part that stays with the base when I transport it around. And it's pretty much just 2 brackets down here. I would like to have a framework right here. I'll be able to place brown bricks and afterwards be secure that this is stable. As you can see, it's kind of just tentatively staying there. Also, by having a framework, I can place more brackets and hopefully attach more to this rock face so that it can be a bit more secure. And we'll see about this part probably also, just to help secure this platform, because this one, of all the other platforms, this is the most needs help. But I think that will be the more technical part of this episode. I completed the support on this side, and after doing so, I put the rock walls back in place to make sure there was no conflict between the new support and the rock. Everything is looking okay except for this piece right here. Now that this is more stable, it's not really allowing this rock to go underneath. Furthermore, it might be off grid once I put it or attach it to these studs right here. So it is still up in the air if this is okay, but there are workarounds, so we'll see when we get there. But first, let me show you what's underneath. So arches just supporting that, and that's what makes it more secure and this more level, that is not allowing this to happen. Arches here, the window frames for this part here, just to help it make it more stable. And now that I have this opening, I can come in and attach it and see what the verdict is. I might have to remove the red. Okay. I think that's it. And before I put the red back, I want to make sure this is good. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, something fell. Okay, let me move this out of the way and see if that's what's causing it. Oh, maybe it was a little too tight. And putting this back, it is millimeters there out of grid, or it's on the grid, but it's just, if I put a brick here, it'll interfere with this rock wall right there. So my solutions will be introducing plates, two plate configuration, and you'll have a gap, which is fine because I already have gaps here. And well, my excuse for that is that sometimes there's cracks in rock walls that occur naturally, so it'll be right there that it's the most natural of all the other places. Let me see if I can find. So I might not have to use a full brick. This 2x2, or 2 plates of 2x2. Now these two 2x2 plates might be enough. Let's see. Okay, it's underneath, and bring it up. Oh, there we go. And then I just need to put more plates over here, or maybe find 2x4 so that it can really extend beyond this without interfering, or maybe just right here. Let me bring this out, rotate this way, and see if this would be okay. So once I put that back, so there's that effect going on. I think that'll be okay. One of the things that's happening here is the top of the green hill, so maybe vegetation, bring it down this way a little bit and kind of cover this area if I have enough vegetation, and then proceed from there. But I think that will work. Everything else I think will be okay because it's just the distance between here, which is standard and on the grid. Here I still need to build up so that there's some surface here for putting the green hill, maybe walls. Yeah, I still need to think if I'm going to put brown bricks here to suggest that reinforcement walls are foundation. Yeah, just probably there in this corner. So that would be the next step. As you can see, I completed the foundation for this green plate, but as you can see, it's all an illusion. And here's a little behind the scenes. It's just trying to use the structure that holds it up to also support the brown brick so that I don't have to worry about, a cantilever breaking in the middle of a build. So that way it's pretty much stable. And I still have enough brown bricks to kind of use in this area. I know I previously said it's going to be a green hill overflowing, but I can put a little brown retaining wall right here, that not here, and then on the corner where it's overflowing, it'll be just green. So that way it's a rhythm of less green, more brown, kind of middle, and then overwhelmingly green. So it's a rhythm of less, somewhat, and a whole lot more. And even though it's a static thing, it has the suggestion of it's doing something dynamic. And that usually lends itself to make it look interesting. But we'll see. And that's the next part of this project. As you can see, I added the brown bricks to suggest a foundation beneath the green bricks that are forthcoming. And I placed the brown bricks more or less where the rocks are to suggest that these rocks are more durable, and as the erosion occurs, it's resisted by the rocks here, and so it's going to be in between the rocks that's where the green is going to be overflowing. And now the next step is the actual addition of the green bricks, but I believe it will only be up to here, or at least touching the edge of the base, supporting it for sure, a little bit on top if there's an idea I want to remember. The reason being, since there is a tower here and here, that it can extend out, so I don't want to build something that I might have to remove or kind of impede the tower. Also, I want to be mindful of how I'm going to put the trees and other nature pieces around here so that it can be, a little bit more designed rather than let me put the green here and see what happens. But this is a very methodical way of doing it, and I don't know, this is how so far it's turning out. All right, now the green bricks. The hill has been started. More is needed, but that can be done in future episodes. The actual vegetation that's overhanging can be added later, but right now the foundation of the castle is there. The next episode will probably be planning to answer questions such as what the color of the castle is going to be, what style are going to be used, and other questions that I'll think of, just so that I can be ready to proceed, because right now it's like a blank page. Even though there's a lot there, it can go in so many directions, and I would just like to see if I can plan what I want to do with this, and that way I can have something hopefully nice on top of this foundation that actually took me a while to put together. And that will be it for this episode. So this has been the Ponderous Brick Thinker. Thank you for stopping by, and if you liked the episode, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see how this project progresses, go ahead and subscribe and sign up for notifications for the next update. And see you next time.